So far in this series, we have looked at what autism is and what autism isn't. This time, I want to extend that and chat about some of the key traits and experiences of autistic people. Hi, I'm Phil, a late diagnosed autistic adult, and it's my goal to spread positive information about autism and bust the myths to help improve the lives of autistic adults. And hopefully this can also include helping undiagnosed autistic adults come to an understanding and acceptance of their own autism. If that could be you or a family member, welcome. In this podcast, I want to highlight a list of common autistic traits in adults to help you get a better idea whether you might identify and may be autistic yourself. Before we start though, I want to make one important qualifying statement. And that is, you don't have to identify with every trait mentioned here to be autistic. All autistic people are different, so every autistic person will have a different mix of traits and experiences. And to take this one step further, it might be that you identify as the opposite of some of these traits. This is also common in the autistic experience. The main point here is that autistic people are typically different from the norm, and that may be too much or too little of any trait. Also, before we begin, this list is quite extensive, so I will not be going into any detail here. This is a quick fire list to spark some recognition. For more details on anything listed here, please refer to the appropriate video topic in my autism playlist. So let's dive in to 100 rapid-fire autistic traits. Do you often find that you need to move your body? Maybe the movement keeps you calm in uncomfortable or overwhelming situations. Maybe you pace when you're on the phone or are talking to someone. These movements may also include leg bouncing or a need to move your hands when you're either happy or stressed. Do you try to hide these movements and maybe instead find yourself biting the inside of your mouth or pinching the skin between your fingers or on the backs of your hands, and this feels soothing even though it might actually hurt? Maybe you're constantly picking bits of skin off or scratching at little bumps and lumps on your body to the point of bleeding or pain. How about this one? Do you scrunch your toes inside your shoes? Do you like repetition? Maybe you like to watch the same TV shows or movies over and over, or listen to the same songs on repeat. Or maybe you are bored when you watch the same show and would like to try something new, but the thought of making that change is just too great and you go back to what you know. Do you find eye contact uncomfortable? Maybe you make perfect eye contact in conversation, but it just does not feel right. Maybe it feels a bit too personal, but you do it because that's what people expect. Conversely, do you find that sometimes you make too much eye contact or stare? Or maybe you spend the entire conversation consciously making eye contact, then looking away in an attempt to look normal. The extension to this is when you make eye contact, do you find you can't concentrate on what's being said? Or maybe people tell you you look distracted even though you are listening intently. Do you struggle with small talk? Maybe you do it because that's what's expected, but you find it meaningless and tedious. Do you script conversations before you have them in the flesh? Maybe you have to work out every detail and be prepared for any twist or turn, and be prepared for any questions that might be asked of you. Is your communication style different to other people? Maybe you're more abrupt or direct, or just a bit quirky. Maybe some people think you're a bit rude or lack tact because you don't seem to have boundaries in conversation, and maybe ask inappropriate or intrusive questions. Do you interrupt other people frequently? Do you find that you often ask lots of questions because context is so important? Or do you find yourself over-explaining because detail is important? When you talk about a subject you are passionate about, do people comment you are talking too loudly or aggressively? Are you overtly literal in your interpretations? Maybe you miss the subtleties of some humour, or find you need to decode metaphors because you need to analyse the literal meaning before moving on to understanding the intent of the metaphor. Do you have a different sense of humour than other people around you? Maybe you laugh at inappropriate things, or not laugh politely at clearly unfunny jokes. Do you typically talk in a flat, monotone, or expressionless fashion? The extension of this is, do you often have a fairly expressionless face? Some people might call this a resting bitch face. Do you need lots of alone time or enjoy solo activities? When in conversation, do you find you take longer to process what is being said than other people around you? Maybe you ask the person to repeat themselves, but then before they start, you all of a sudden remember what they said. Do you dislike phone calls? Do you prefer written communication where you can perfect the message before hitting send to avoid any misunderstandings? Or maybe you prefer face-to-face conversations so you can get the full context of what's being said. Do you over-prepare for social events? Have to know who will be there, what they will be wearing, what the food will be, how long you will be there for, and script all possible conversations in advance? Do you then replay conversations in your head afterwards, thinking about what you should have said? Do you find it difficult to interpret facial expressions, body language, or tone of voice? Or do you find yourself mirroring other people's body language? Do you find yourself steering conversations back to subjects that interest you, or conversely avoid talking about your special interests so as not to sound weird? Or maybe you have a tendency to monologue. Do you struggle to use people's names in conversations? Do you find it difficult to start or maintain a conversation, or struggle to find a gap in group conversations? Do you sometimes stand too close to someone without realising? At social events, do you find yourself overwhelmed, needing to step outside to maybe take an extended break in the bathroom? Do you struggle with multi-step instructions or instructions that lack detail or clarity? Do you dislike change and have a preference for routine? Do you find making decisions, even trivial ones, hard? Maybe other people have labelled you as indecisive. Do you have a strong sense of justice or even animal justice? Are you honest to the point of appearing rude? Do you have a strong set of personal values or morals? Do you have a problem understanding unwritten rules or social norms? Do you resist social or organisational hierarchies, preferring to treat all people equally? Do you have a strong ability to recognise patterns? Are you sensitive to criticism? Are you easily overwhelmed in public places or crowded spaces? Are you extra sensitive to sounds? Get startled by loud noises easily, but maybe also hear very soft sounds that no one else notices. And maybe other sounds like someone chewing is unbearable. Do you find it painful when on a car trip, someone puts on music while there is also conversation happening? Do you dislike being touched or dislike it when someone brushes past unexpectedly? Do you find bright lights uncomfortable or even painful? Do you dislike fluorescent lighting or down lights? Do you dislike socks, long pants, seams in clothing, or even cut out the tags? Are you extra sensitive to strong smells, perfumes, cleaning products, or food smells? Do you hate brushing your teeth? Are you clumsy or frequently bump into tables or doorways? Are you sensitive to the emotions of others? Maybe you get emotional watching TV or movies. Do you have trouble regulating your own emotions? Do you have a history of meltdowns, shutdowns, fiery outbursts, burnout, or frequent overwhelm? On occasions, has this overwhelm left you unable to speak or with reduced speech until the overwhelm has passed? Are you highly creative or seem to see solutions to problems that others can't? Are you either hyperlexic or dyslexic? Do you have different visual imagery to other people? This may mean having hyper-realistic internal imagery, or alternatively almost zero internal visual imagery. Do you prefer a structured environment? Do you have a preference for familiar people, places and activities? Do you like going to the same holiday destination, staying in the same room or campsite each time? Do you have issues with impulse control or have experienced some level of addiction? Do you sometimes wonder why you are here or whether your existence has any value? Do you struggle with self-worth? Are you extra sensitive to food taste, texture and consistency? Maybe you order the same meal every time at restaurants, or you like to eat the same foods every day at home. Do you have a history of poor sleep, find it hard to go to sleep or stay asleep, or feel restless in bed? Maybe because of this you often delay or procrastinate going to bed. Do you have an amazing memory for facts and details but forget why you walked into the room? Or have a great long-term memory and a terrible short-term memory? Do you have hobbies or special interests about which you know every detail and fact? Maybe your intense focus on these things goes way beyond what other people may typically experience. When hyper-focusing on these things, do you forget to eat, drink or sleep? Or maybe not even realise you need to go to the bathroom until it's almost too late? Do you find yourself going into a deep dive on new topics of interest and researching every possible detail about that also? Do you find you have inconsistent skills, being great at some complex task, but bad at some day-to-day mundane tasks? Do you find it difficult to start new tasks and then find it difficult to stop or do something else? Do you have issues with time management? Do you find you are either hyper-efficient and getting lots done, or doing nothing productive with not much in between? Do you need to have a sense of autonomy or control in most situations? Or do you have a strong sense of internal resistance to being told what to do? Do you experience high levels of anxiety or constant background anxiety? Are you often tired for no reason? Do you often strive for perfectionism and get distressed when you think you fall short? Are you always pretending to be normal when with other people, or trying hard to constantly compensate? Have you always known you are different? Maybe you feel like an alien stuck on the wrong planet. When you walk into a room, do you go straight to your usual seat and feel odd if that seat is already taken? Do you relate to animals better than humans? Or do animals often come to you over other people? Do you sometimes repeat phrases, sounds, TV or movie lines instinctively or just because it feels good? Do you sometimes find you need a reset? Maybe that's a hot shower, walk around the block or playing a computer game. Are you unemployed, underemployed or feel you have not achieved your full career potential? Maybe you have not achieved as highly as your peers, but it's not because of laziness, lack of application or intelligence. Do you always assume everything is your fault or find yourself over-apologising? Do you often not care what other people think, but at other times try too hard to fit in? Do you struggle to regulate your emotions? Sometimes too much, sometimes barely anything. Maybe you struggle to understand what the emotion is you are feeling, and so also find it difficult to explain your emotions to other people. Do you have an unusual relationship with pain? Maybe you have a high pain threshold, or feel some pain more acutely than others seem to. And if someone asks you to rate the pain out of 10, you have no internal reference to be able to answer them. Do you hate the question, what's your favourite? Likewise, do you hate it when someone asks, what do you want to watch on TV? Or what would you like for dinner? Do you have a strong preference for predictability? Do you have difficulty with abstract concepts? Are you hypervigilant and need to prepare for all possible outcomes? Do you go into waiting mode if you have an appointment later in the day, to the point where you can't start anything else until the appointment is done? Do you not reply to text messages or emails, then overthink the fact that you haven't replied for the next week? Are you either obsessed with or have an aversion to popular culture or trends? Are you happy with few material comforts? Do you learn in different ways to other people? Do you notice small details? Do you fail to read between the lines in conversations, but pick up a social dynamic or subtext that others are oblivious to? Do you get overwhelmed with too many tasks? Do you identify with other autistic people through watching YouTube videos or reading books about autism, or even identify with autistic TV characters? Do you research autism compulsively? Okay, so there we have it, more than 100 possible traits of autism in adults. How did you go? Let me know in the comments section if this is starting to feel familiar. And remember, this is not a test. There is no pass score. It's just a bit of a guide. If your experience is different, that is fine also. And by all means, let me know if that is the case. And finally, this list is large, but no way complete. So feel free to add any experiences I've missed in the comment section. And if you're keen to delve deeper into any of these traits, I have been working to devote separate podcasts to many of these topics. So check those out in my autism playlist, which I will leave linked at the end. So summing up, so far in this little series, we have looked at what autism is, what it isn't, and now some common autistic traits and experiences. Next time, we will dive into the mind and have a look at what it might feel like when you're trying to resolve if you are autistic. So if that sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.